again, this is a replay of last week, is it not? As far as who's your best player, it's got to be Jared Goff.
Yeah, so it's one of those things where Jared Goff, yes, and it's a big ask, and I know where like the easies of the world will say, "Oh, you're already laying the groundwork to explain away if Goff has a bad game." It's the NFL. There are 3 stinkers a year on the road for everybody. One is coming, everybody. Just to let you know, there is one coming. It will happen. He's not going to throw for 7,000 yards this year. Just be prepared for it. Because it can happen, especially the number 2 defense in the NFL.
And I think this game plan is pretty much off the game plan as what you did last week going into Tampa Bay. It's field position. It's taking a shot when you can get the shot, but it's taking care of the ball. That's exactly what you have to do. You can't turn over.
And that's of the utmost importance. You cannot turn it over.
That is a non-negotiable.
Yes. And that is, like, obviously that's every week in this league, right? Every week in this league, you can't turn the football over against a National Football League team. As I always like to say, they drive Mercedes too, man. But this week, the matchup, every game's in a vacuum in this league. You always hear me say that because every game is in a vacuum. Nothing is linear in this league. So when I look at it, that becomes even more important. That is a baseline, D-Mac. As you said, that is a non-negotiable. They cannot turn the football over. You have to be clean this week to win this game. This is a tough ask,
where
everybody.
Are we at? I see in the chat thread here, woodwardsports.com chat thread or whatever. Because a lot of it I see the Ravens, like a lot of the same chat is like this Ravens defense is good, but they haven't been tested yet. Do we think that this Ravens defense is a deterrent or one of the best defenses that we've come up against so far this year? Like, how do you look at it? Or is it looking at it, if we're efficient and we continue to do what we're doing, we should be all right?
I just go by what the Michigan fans tell me. You can only play who's on your schedule. But
I'm saying, are you worried about this Ravens defense?
Hell yeah,
more so than any other game going into any other game this season?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, so there's your big test. This is your first big test. Maybe they haven't been tested, just what some people say, but this will be the biggest test
This
for
is
you.
the NFL, man. We're in week 7. You know what I'm saying,
Yeah, we're
D-Mac?
cooking.
Like, we're in week 7
now.
in the NFL. You've been tested. You know what I mean?